And we back. Zuki,
We
how you doing, man?
doing good. How you doing, bro?
Oh man, just usual. Another episode very late. The time is mid afternoon, so we're really burning the midnight oil here. Appreciate everyone who's going to be tuning into the show. Last episode was a banger.
Yep.
We'll be releasing Freestyles Part 2 very soon. We just had too much garbage to sift through to do a full episode. I mean, like we could do a whole episode of just designer, frankly.
Yeah. Moving like a Nintendo 64 character.
Oh, nigga, when he was, I've been working with the people, and the with the human. Like, man, I love that little guy. Shame about his entire whole ass career.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Give me a second. I actually fucked up. I fucked up. We'll pause. Okay, I unfucked up. So we good. Um, I forget what tangent we were even on, but on that note, honestly, we might as well introduce our guest for today. We have the very wonderful, very funny BeatFox15 with us. I'm gonna put the still up right now. It's absolutely gonna work. There you go, Fox. How you doing,
Hi,
man?
hello, hi. How y'all doing?
We're doing good. It's all vibes here. How you been?
Yep.
I'm doing good. I'm grateful to be on here. It's my first time doing this type of thing, so yeah, I'm just here to vibe and just shoot the shit, man.
Hell yeah. So like, I was saying to you before that we just do things kind of loose. If like our audience has come to expect a lack of professionalism from Zuki and myself at this point.
Yep.
Um,
Oh,
but
okay.
but but it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. But
Okay.
first thing I wanted to ask you is, what got you into making videos and getting into reviews?
Um, it's a funny story because my friends actually have been like goading me on to like make video like this, like the first like video on my channel was like the Equestria Girls one. I think like the first actual review. Like I've always like wanted to be a reviewer ever since like high school, but like, you know, I guess I just didn't have like the tools to do it or whatever, or I thought to myself like, maybe they'll be like cringe or whatever. But like I think up towards like I what was it like November, my friends were like, come on, you got to make a video about like My Little Pony. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. And like I cobbled together that first video with whatever I had,
Mm,
and it surprisingly did okay. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'll just keep doing this YouTube thing. And yeah, like, I've always watched like people like Angry Video Game Nerd, like from way back in the day,
yeah.
like, Nostalgia Critic and like Some Call Me Johnny and people like that. Like I've always wanted to be a YouTuber, but like I didn't have like the tools, I guess. But now that I do, I guess I just make it for fun.
No, right
So
on,
yeah.
man. Like,
That's
because
hard.
I found your stuff. Well, like I was, talking to Dumpsville, and I found you through Dumpsville's content, and I really liked your MLP. Like, is that G6, the newest one? Is it G6 or G5?
It's
G
G5.
G5 G5. Okay.
Yeah.
Tricks, nigga.
Uh, so yeah, I'm showing yeah, I'm not down in these equestrian streets. My apologies.
I know. I
But
know. It can get a little confusing and shit like that. Like,
I like that video, and it had like a lot of humor that I really fucked with. And
Yeah.
the Bluey video afterwards, especially with like that yeet intro that you
Yeah, you
previewed.
see.
yeah.
Hell,
shit
I
was
think
shit was funny. I think I showed it to like usually what I do is like I showed like the intro bit to like my friends first to see what their like reactions are before I put in the video, and if
Mm,
they're all like I hate you, I hate this, don't put it in. I'm like, I'm gonna put it in. And I showed it to like Dubsville, and he was like, I fucking hate this, I hate you. And I'm like, great, I'm gonna put it in the video.
That's precisely when you know you've got gold, is when people are upset at you.
Like at the end of the day, I make like, I don't know, I try to make videos that like I myself would watch on YouTube, but also like my friends, like I just showed like the video to my friends before I publish it and be like, hey guys, this is good, and they'll be like, yeah, I'll be like, yep, that's all the approval I need, and just post it on YouTube. So yeah.
Like what we do, we make the content that we would want to watch or laugh at here. So
Yeah, like with the stuff that Zuki and I were doing, we just kind of noticed that there was like almost a lack of black PNG tubers and like people doing this sort of content with, I don't want to say from a BIPOC lens or something, Cardi, because it ain't that shit. But
No.
that we're talking about Wayne Head, and we're talking about black cartoons, and we're talking about just like stupid hip hop shit.
not the BIPOCs.
You know, we're clowning on, like, we were making fun of Daft Pina for all the reasons that people weren't making fun of him. Like, we were just saying he's a bitch nigga and he wouldn't slide in Zone 6. Everyone else was talking about like internet drama, and Zuki and I are just going like, nah, this nigga would not hang in PDE.
Yeah, like
He goes to Boulder Crest.
I don't know a lick of any of, like, I know a little bit of that drama, but it's just like, what, like, what, like, this whole shit is so fucking confusing sometimes. I swear to God, like, it's so dumb.
I was like, so he's with a girl that like cheated on him. Why is that our business? Like, he a grown man, bro.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah,
it's just dumb at the end of the day. Like, it's
I
just
was
a
like,
piece of shit.
I was like, man, is this like how it is to be like no real problems, bro? Like, is this how it is to grow up in the burbs or something like?
it's like, man, this,
Like,
yeah, this is nice when your biggest problem is like interpersonal YouTube drama, but
Yeah.
I digress.
Mhm.
But no, it's, yeah, like similar philosophy is just like, would you say that that's kind of the biggest part of making content, is making something that like resonates with you, or like what's your process usually like beyond just kind of doing what you do?
My process usually in like the whole like making content that I would want to make sort of thing is that I usually try to make content that like reflects how I'm feeling at the moment, or like my personality, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
Try to project like sometimes like your opinions on things, cuz like that's what I think people, you want people to like care like you about or something like that. I'm rambling. The point is that you want to make content that you would watch, because if you have to think about it through a viewer's like eyes perspective about what do I want to watch on YouTube, you know, who's doing this or who's doing that, you know. But I think it's really just simple for like people to just be like, make content they want to make and be creative in that sort of, you know.
Yeah. That's how I view it too. Cause I'm like, there's some people that we like. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with Prim's Hood Cinema.
I'm not familiar here, but
Yeah. So he reviews all of the every hood movie from like the '90s and the early 2000s.
yeah,
okay.
and like the good
Yeah.
ones, the bad ones, everything in
So,
between, and like he's like comedic, but he's also willing to actually talk about like the nuts and bolts of how these movies work, right? So
yeah.
he'll point out when something's outlandish, like in Soul Food, that this big mama was making all this greasy food and then died,
Yeah.
and no one acknowledged that it was this food that killed her,
Yeah.
for example. But like that sort of stuff where you're like, what does my audience want? But am I going to like make content that's just for them or just for me, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's the like the hardest fight I've been struggling with a little bit. It's like making content that I want to make, but also making content that the audience will actually like want or like watch, you know? Like sometimes I want to make like you know, a random review on, like, you know, Rap City Street Kids or whatever.
Oh
But,
yeah.
you know, sometimes people don't fuck with that, and that's okay. You
Mhm.
know, at the end of the day, it's a freaking YouTube video. Like, who cares? But like, I think YouTube is always like this constant battle of like making stuff you want to make, but also giving the audience what they want. You know.
Yeah, I think like no, that's well said because like I think there's a point where you can start kowtowing to your audience, or you can start making a lot of concessions where you're not necessarily making stuff that you enjoy.
Yeah, like for now, like, you know, I make these MLP videos, and like I like making them. I do enjoy making them, you know, but in the future, you know, I may not like making them, and I'll be like, oh, I gotta make an MLP video because my audience wants it. But it's like, you know, I'm not there yet, but I do see the concern of people just making content because they have to make a certain type of content to keep their channel alive or to keep certain engagement or whatever, you know.
Right.
And that's, yeah, it's always like it's always obvious to see when some people are like doing it just to please the audience instead of just making what they want to make.
Fighting for the attention economy. Yeah, because you gotta pop
It's
out.
like how do I keep this person here for upwards of 5 minutes? Most people won't give you 5 seconds. Like one of the things I've had to contend with just as a really, really small creator is like I would well I do a lot of music stuff in my spare time. And I do like a lot of underground hip hop stuff. And Zuki knows like I have a lot of kind of significant underground connections that if you know about that scene, you'd go, wow, this guy's actually doing some pretty impressive stuff. But to people who watch YouTube videos, that ain't shit. And
Yeah.
the things that I am slightly known for, I'll get comments going like, hey, are you gonna talk about this again? Are you gonna make fun of VTubers more? It's like, oh man, I just wanted to talk about fucking Detroit hip hop, dog. Like
Oh.
it's that sort of shit where it's
Mhm.
difficult when you want to like you're passionate about something and you try and share that passion, and at times it can fall flat.
But
Mhm.
Like if you ever run into that sort of dilemma where you've put something out or you've tried to make something and you found that it didn't resonate with a larger audience.
Um, I think I'd say so. Like, at near the beginning, when I was doing this like YouTube thing in like what is it, mid-November, I was working on that Rap City Street Kids video because the day after that MLP video, Equestria's video got posted, I was immediately working on the next video, and that was the Rap City Street Kids video. And like, not a lot of people like watched it, you know, that it kind of like hurt in my heart a little bit, but not like a whole lot, because at the end of the day, it's like it's one YouTube video. It's
Yeah.
not like the end of the world, but I do understand that like you try your might and you put the same amount of effort into something that you're passionate about, you know, and it doesn't get as much as love from the audience or the YouTube algorithm or whatever, you know. But, you know, at the end of the day, like I try to put the same amount of effort I do in those other videos and try to put it into videos that my audience may or may not fuck with or whatever, in hopes that they watch it. But at the end of the day, it's up to the audience. Like, if
Mhm.
they watch it, they watch it. If they don't, they don't. And then you just move on to the next, honestly. Like, you can't just keep hanging on to, oh, this did bad or this did bad. And, you know, it's just, it eats you up alive, and
yeah,
it makes you stagnant, creative wise.
good attitude to have makes you just keep going forward.
Yeah, like I think especially at the stage you're at, you have to be kind of pragmatic and just kind of figure out like, okay, is this going to stick? Like what works, what doesn't? What do I want to do? And if something flops, is that really going to bug me? Probably not, but those are hard things to kind of come to grips with, I guess, at first. Like,
Mhm.
so is there any advice you would give to like aspiring or like very small YouTube creators, like in that kind of sub-1,000 range?
Oh God. I've never been asked this type of question before, but I'll try my best. I would say if you're like in the like sub-1,000 range, like I guess just make the content you are proud of, and like just I know it sounds like generic, but like make something that you would like we said, make something that you would want to watch, and like if it doesn't work, then try changing it, one thing at a time in your video, the next video or something like that, because like you can't get hung up on one bad failure, like because you'll just be in a rut, and you'll be like, oh, I can't do anything, and then you'll start spiraling down, and then you'll make no videos, and then you won't grow.
Mm.
So I just say, just I guess just make the content you want to make, and like just try your best. That's all you can ask for yourself, is just do your best, and if people don't fuck with it, whatever. Just keep going and try again. Like there's always, more opportunities in the future for you to grow and make your channel what you want it to be at the end of the
Damn.
Oh,
Honestly, good message, you know.
that was a good message.
Like,
Oh, thank you, thank you.
if that was bullshit, that was some good ass bullshit, man.
No, no, I was just
You have a strong career in politics, my friend.
Yeah, that's what my mom says sometimes, whatever. But
You're so well spoken, child.
that's literally what she said. You're so well spoken. Like, you know how moms are, but
Oh, yeah.
like, yeah, that was just off the dome, like just from the heart, because like how I'm feeling, because it's I understand it's hard sometimes. It's different for me because like I've just grown so fast in like this short amount of time, and like sometimes even I'm just like, how do I like handle this many people just like watching the channel, or like even sub to the channel, at once? But like I just say, like, if you're just small, just like keep going. There's always the next video. There's always the next time to grow, and there's always the next time to make people care about what you want to make, and what you want to put out there.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Proud of you, young king.
We raise people up on this show, man. We uplift one another.
Oh,
Except for all those times we debase other people. Yeah, except for all the episodes where we insult people like Demon Dice and freestyle rappers and niggas who look weird. And
oh,
oh
But to
man,
be fair, the people we do insult most of the time are like terrible people, like that, like the Japanese dude going Ian Kana.
oh yeah, oh man, god damn. Yeah, for reference, Fox, Zuki showed me this video of this Japanese dude with dreads. Apparently, there's the subculture like Japanese people with dreadlocks, and this, yeah, it was fucked. It was straight fucked up. And this Japanese dude, he goes like, my biggest inspiration is Ian Connor, he's like a fashion guy, and he used to be Carti's manager.
yeah, I know you.
Okay, then you know who Ian Connor is, I assume.
Yeah, I know the name, and like I know the association with Carti. He helped Carti in the past, I think. But
Are you familiar with his extracurricular activities?
Fuck no, I'm not.
Oh, nigga. Okay, so Ian Connor is a big fan of abusing women.
Oh,
Like in the like hundreds, basically. From
so he's like can.
yeah, he's like pure scum. So just hearing this Japanese guy go, Ian Kana, big fashion icon. was fucking hysterical to Zuki of that, because we just know the DMs of, oh man, we could clown on Ian Connor forever. This nigga looks like a crab apple. He can't design worth shit. The best thing he did was find Playboi Carti, and the best thing Carti did was go like, "I bye" to this dude. But I digress. Speaking of Playboi Carti, there seems to be like this undercurrent with you in Dumpsville, with your love of opium.
Oh yes. Did I mention that Destroy Lonely is the best?
Yeah, man. No stylist out right now. Yeah.
So true, so true. All black fit is the perfect time.
My man Zuki's wearing Rick right now. He's got the Geo baskets on. He's he might be short, but them shits go up to his knees. You know, it's good. So like, what is it about like Lonely, Cardi, maybe Ken Carson, depending on how you feel? What is it about those guys that you fuck with?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's just like, it's fucking funny. Like Cardi's like one of my favorite artists, and just like, I think it's because of like the Opium fan base. They make all these like memes and shit, and it's just like funny to like see what the fuck they make, especially on like just like social media in general, just content, and they probably don't even fuck with it at all. Like I heard that like Ken Carson like hates like the Goomba shit and like whatever the fuck, and like I think that's just him, being insecure a little bit. But it's like, I don't know, it's just like funny seeing all these people just like make stupid memes about like Ken Carson or Destroy Lonely or fucking Homicide Gang.
Yeah, because like it's like I think that's where the age gap comes. Cause I'm looking at this, I'm like, what are these youngsters on about? Who
It's
is
also
this?
that too.
Yeah,
A lot of
'cause
young people are into opium, like a bunch of like teenagers and shit. Like, of course, they're gonna be all over fucking social media and posting like random dumb bullshit.
Just posting like Teen X in all caps.
What if Ken Carson was a dinosaur?
yeah, cause I'll be looking at them and I'm like, I'm not even gonna be that person. Cause I'm like, my generation had MySpace. This literally was a picture of me with a katana and an afro and some MF Doom playing on my MySpace profile back in the day. So I can't even talk shit about the shit that young kids are doing.
Yeah, well, yeah,
crazy.
exactly. It's like we got
that's the era to be cringy. You're a fucking teenager.
yeah. It's like it's just cringe. Like fandoms like that have just evolved, where
the internet's gotten better. It's not a fucking MySpace page with 5 songs playing.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Like, I grew up in a household where like God forbid, like my dad was on MySpace, and like he had like I don't think he had like a profile, but he used it for like music wise, and like he would just play like the most edgiest like music, like Skillet and Linkin Park and shit. And it was so fucking weird growing up around that.
Damn, you fucking bump into your dad. He's just listening to Korn in the basement. He's like, "What do you want, son?"
No,
hey, son. You just hear,
no. I swear to God, sometimes it would be like Sunday morning, and like we're like doing stuff, and then you would just hear from the basement on like these guitar speakers he hooked up to the laptop, like Christian rock music just blasting at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and it'd be like, oh my God, turn this shit off.
Oh,
no one
man.
wants to fucking hear.
As a kid who grew up going to a mixed church and going to youth group, I heard a lot of Christian rock and a lot of Christian rap in my day, and I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, it's always like bad. Like I haven't heard like what is a good like Christian rap artist or like rap like,
Kanye West.
Kanye West.
okay. Kanye West. Okay,
That's about it.
But it's like what else?
Yeah, that's it. That's I guess Pusha T's brother. He's Christian.
Yeah.
That's about it though. That's about it, dog.
Yeah, but it's like there's not.
They don't have like turn up music about Jesus.
No. There's only one by Bizarre, the marijuana gospel song. It's technically a rap. He's talking about smoking weed and praising God.
Yeah, but nigga, Bizarre's basically from hell. That nigga ain't secular. Or non-secular rather. Damn. I mean, that shit would be crazy though if you had like fucking a future style mumble rapper rapping about Jesus, go like, "Praise the Lord, I've heard it."
Praise the Jesus, yeah. Praise the Jesus, yeah.
Hey, hey, I'm fucking with Jesus.
12 apostles.
I'm
just
fucking
12
with
apostles.
Jesus.
12 apostles, just 12 apostles. Praising the Savior.
It's like,
Praising the Savior.
yo, man, you heard that Blood of Christ joint? That shit's crazy, bro. I'm praising the Lord. I'm fucking your bitch. It's still, yeah, it's still like fucking. I'm just picturing this shit because it's still like, they're still talking about sipping lean, fucking your bitch, wearing chains, all this shit, but they just occasionally go like, Jesus is the light.
Praise Jesus,
Yeah.
bro.
I'm fucking with Jesus. I'm fucking of it.
What about Praise the Lord, the Shine by A$AP Rocky, nigga?
That has nothing to do with Jesus. It's just about
He
England.
breaks the law and he praised the Lord.
True, he did praise the Lord.
He
takes
takes
some
and takes some more. Yeah.
He came, he saw. He came, he saw.
What is that Rocky album coming out?
Oh, that's testing. Or the new one? Oh shit, never.
Never,
It's never.
bro.
He keeps on
Let's be real.
falling into the Rihanna waterbed, man. He just can't get out that pussy. I'm sorry.
Okay, but let's be real though. If you not only got with Rihanna, you're married to Rihanna.
You
I
got
would
2
not want
kids with
another man in my
Rihanna.
life.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm surprised that that thought crossed his fucking mind. He just went like, I'm never making music again.
This is true.
Why would you?
It's like, I don't have to ever touch a microphone again. My wife is a billionaire.
Yeah,
And,
fucking make
and the
music.
messed up part is, if they were to get separated, guess who's gonna be paying whose alimony? but I wish them the best. I'm glad. Oh, speaking of A$AP and Rihanna, have y'all seen on the Negro Sphere that a lot of people were making fun of that album cover they did? I mean, the magazine cover they did.
Oh,
He
yeah.
said A$AP Rocky was sending black masculinity back a million years by what he had on, and it's like, but A$AP Rocky never claimed to be a super hard nigga. He literally called himself pretty since he started rapping. Like,
What is this album cover?
Oh,
What
it's
is the
for I think it was a Vogue cover of him and Rihanna on a
Vogue
beach.
cover.
Yeah.
in his son, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're saying that,
And Rocky was wearing like a
because-
silk shirt or something, and they're like,
and she was walking in front, she was holding his hand. They pretty much was like Rihanna was the man
they
in the
were
relationship.
like niggas were like breaking this cover down, right?
Yeah.
And they're just like analyzing it like there's a conspiracy afoot, going like,
And I'm
look
like,
at his posture.
yeah, that's like, look at this man posture. He's docile. I'm like, so
What?
this is the part I kind of hate about the whole little discussion of like black masculinity. One, it's a picture of a man with his wife and he's holding his son. The one thing y'all want to talk about, like a black dude stepping up being a father, and then y'all look at this because the niggas wearing some avant-garde fashion shit.
But yeah, like that is bizarre to me because like you see so many black fathers in music who do not step up. Like I mean, like for example, Playboi Carti.
Not even
Holy shit!
There was a whole breakdown video about it. Dude was literally like, I forgot he's the Jamaican dude, the strange man in the strange land. He was talking about how like they're talking about black masculinity, and it's like, if anything, Cardi stepping up because a lot of, like you said, hip hop fathers are bad. And they was talking about how Future literally has a son that might be facing felony charges that he never fuck with. You know, that one son that hit a lick and got caught with that gun. He might be doing like 9 years in prison right now.
Good God.
Fucking.
And
Jesus.
then DMX had fucking 17 kids or some shit. It was talking about how many rappers had kids. It's like DMX had like the most out of most rappers. He either had 17 or 15 kids. I can't get that.
I mean, Nick Cannon's coming for the crown though.
Yeah.
But none of this is relevant to shit. What was I gonna ask you? Because we were talking about opium. We were talking about fucking young people music.
Yeah, Playboi Carti.
Carti. Yeah, Carti's a bad dad. Decided to play Fortnite instead. Fox.
With little Uzi.
Yeah.
To play the
PlayStation with Lil Uzi.
He played PlayStation 5 with little Uzi.
I wanted fucking Michael Cusack to like animate Iggy Azalea doing that whole like, he went over to play the PlayStation with Lil Uzi. Fucking right out of YOLO. Just like right out of Smiling Friends or YOLO. Just like angry Australian lady going like, your child's tired, he's hungry, it's Christmas, he misses his dad.
It's so bad too, because it's like I can see like why both sides are like pissed at each other, but like yeah, that Cardi is just like it's pretty like deadbeat dad behavior of him to just be like, yeah, fuck my son, I'm just gonna go like do my like whole lot of red party and fuck you and my kid. It's like really like shitty, but I don't know. I can see both sides because like it's his job, but at the same time, it's your
both
son.
sides.
Yeah. It's like you couldn't have like flown your kid and your baby mama out to like a hotel nearby or have them at the party somewhere. Like do something instead of just being like, fuck my kid and fuck Christmas.
It's just like FaceTimes his kid for like 30 seconds, turns it off. Never too much. Never too much. Like immediately after, it's like, oh yeah, cool baby, never too much.
Just don't look at his child. Just
shut up, bitch. My son. That whole fucking tweet, that whole drama on like Christmas was like I was watching that live while in the car while listening to the album, being like, damn, this shit is fucking crazy. This shit's fucking stupid.
Yeah, but like if anyone's gonna be a bad dad, it's like Playboi Carti strikes me as someone who like dodges responsibility like it's a fucking battle, you know. He does not strike me as someone who will go like, you know what, I'm gonna take off this Rick Owens, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna be a dad. But like the thing that's interesting about Carti is he continually advances his sound.
Yeah,
he changes his sound every album.
Yeah, he does.
And I can respect that about Carti because like he doesn't always want to like play it safe or like do like, all right, what's gonna make me the most streams and money possible. Like I think he's the definition of what like a rap artist like or like music artist is, and like sometimes I'm like, I think in Carti's head, he's a perfectionist, and that's why like he doesn't drop as often. Like he wants his rollouts to be perfect. He wants, the music to be perfect. He doesn't want anybody leaking his music. It's stuff like that, and I think that's what I like kind of respect about Carti is that he wants everything to be in his vision.
I got you.
Before it gets released to the public, and that's why that's why he gets like so mad when like people are like, stop leaking my music and shit. Like, have you heard about like the recent like Carti documentary getting leaked and like that whole like music?
Yeah.
Recently, that shit is insane. Like, there's a point where like, okay, you leak music, fine, whatever, but like, people are leaking like 10 gigabyte video files and like documentaries. It's like it's too much. It's too much.
But to be fair, as a nigga in the tech world myself, you think Carti has a shitty password and he uses the same password for every fucking thing? Because he's the nigga that gets
he gets leaked so goddamn often. Yeah,
it's fucking ridiculous. Like it's either he has the worst passwords known to man, or like
or he can never trust any person on earth. Yeah. He's got like the least trustworthy camp in the studio at all times.
I feel like somebody in that camp is just straight up lying and just making like a shit ton of money just leaking his music. Like it's either that or like Carti has the worst passwords of all. Like
yeah,
he don't know what
Carti's password is just Rockstar123 exclamation mark.
Iggy has a fat
no, you got it wrong.
Iggy has a badass one.
It's a rock star, but the A on rock star is the X symbol.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how you keep your passwords locked down. That's some high tier IT shit. It's like I will say his strategy with OPIUM is really clever in that he got artists who kind of fill the same niche as him, to basically fill the gaps while he's working on stuff, like with Homicide Gang and Lonely.
Don't even.
Yeah, I mean Homicide Gang. Like, yeah, obviously that shit came out about Bino, right? Like,
shit.
I know who that was.
or it was known. I guess I think it was just like an open secret that then eventually became more open.
Like apparent, like the issue with that is like it wouldn't be an issue if like he came out with a statement being like, "Hey, I'm not this or that," or make a statement saying that you didn't do what you did or whatever the fuck. But like he just made like one Instagram story being like crying while laughing emoji like 20 times was like this that's not real, and then didn't say anything else.
It's the baby school of apology.
It's like it's so awful. Like
Even the Travis Scott video.
The Travis Scott. Oh man. Damn.
Like the worst.
rubbing his face in like eyes and
Travis Scott acted like numerous deaths at a festival were analogous to like breaking a plate and going like,
I'm so sorry.
I'm such a bonehead.
He pretty much did the black equivalent of the It's It Bleh. Like the anime girl.
Yeah. The eto bleh.
it's just like I don't make a statement or something. Like there's been no statement or like any
To be
update.
fair, maybe his lawyers told him to shut the fuck up.
Probably that too. But it's like I think like Michi was like, "Yo, there's gonna be new music dropping Friday." No music drop Friday, and it's just been like radio silent ever since. They got taken off of Rolling Loud too. So because all of OPIUM was supposed to be like there recently, but like all the allegation shit, I guess that's why they weren't there or some shit happened. It's so fucking stupid.
God damn.
To be fair, from what I'm heard, Rolling Loud was gets progressively worse every year. I'm getting older.
Yeah, I could see.
I mean, well, I will say the Carti performance of Rolling Loud was insane. That was a good ass set.
True. Yeah. I was so pissed off because I'm like, as soon as like the Carti performance was on, I'm like, fuck, I gotta go. God fucking damn it. And then I fucking came back and I'm like, this is like the greatest fucking one of the greatest like performances. Like you can't tell me Playboi Carti like isn't like one of the top tier like rap performers.
Oh, undoubtedly. Like if you know, I'd say you definitely put him in the same wheelhouse as like the greats for sure. Like because people would say like, oh yeah, Kanye's a great live performer. As much as I don't like him, Drake is a great live performer.
The femboy.
The femboy himself, honestly. Never mind.
Avi Graham.
Oh, we clown on Mr. Graham very often on this show.
Yeah, me and my friend group do the same.
It's hard not to. It is hard not to.
For fuck's sake, my YouTube banner is fucking Drake. It's just funny. Like Drake's just a funny.
You know, before the beef started with him and Pusha T, he sent a DM to Push and said like, "Why'd you say all those mean things about me?"
Oh my!
I heard that song. That was very rude of you. I have to respond. You've hurt my feelings, and I have to respond in kind. Sincerely, this nigga science texts sincerely.
Sincerely,
Aubrey Drake Graham.
Oh fuck!
I will. He's writing like an old Confederate general. I will respond in most kind. This was utmost disrespectful and unbecoming of a gentleman such as my stature.
Dear Terrence, I was disappointed by what you had said in that song titled Infrared, and will be responding with my own song, the Duppy Freestyle.
Some dumb bullshit Drake would pull.
On
like letterhead with the owl.
Oh, geez.
Oh shit.
And no, to make it even more cringe, that man will have a fucking owl send it to him. Send this to Terrence now.
It's like in West Virginia, fucking Pusha T just gets an owl like on the stupid. Like, what the fuck? Drops a parchment on this fucking step.
Hit the crow like
you have been warned.
It seems Aubrey of Graham wishes to go to hell.
Aubrey of the House of Graham. Oh my
We went-
fucking
we
god.
went post haste.
I just like I can't take no matter like what music Drake puts out now. I just can't take him seriously like at all. And it's like it's probably due to him being like at the top and like there's just nobody like in his like lane. There's like nobody there to like touch him or like to creatively like challenge him. So he can just say whatever the fuck he wants or some goofy shit or like it's just
Do
insane
like
how
the hot
yeah.
line bling dance, and it becomes catchy. And I'm like, bro, what was?
Yeah, or like doing a tape with 21 Savage where it's the least hard tape you possibly could do with a career killer.
21. Can you do something for me?
21.
Can you speak to the opera for me? Put
I mean, but people
Who's-
apparently people liked it apparently. That new like Her Loss album.
Her Loss, like, that album was less bad, would be the review I would give it. It's like,
less
this
bad.
album is marginally better than his recent output.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What's like the worst? Like Certified Lover Boy or Honestly Nevermind?
I'd say Certified Lover Boy because it's bloated. Honestly, Nevermind is just really forgettable. It's the kind of record that, like, it sounds like H&M music, man. Like, it sounds like the kind of music you'd hear at a fucking, like, Zara while you're buying shirts with holes already in them.
Yeah, because like he's like at this point, I just feel like Drake is like creatively like bankrupt and just has no more ideas or grind to like portray to people or like just talk to people about. All it is now is just like Drake is just like I have a son.
I'm depressed still.
I'm
Sometimes
I'm the top. I'm depressed sometimes. Like there's nothing else for Drake to do other than like
made
maybe
fun of my
retire.
dance all out.
You made fun. They're not ready yet. That shit was so.
They're not ready yet.
Stupid. They're not ready.
I was,
Not ready yet.
I was hiding the world from my son.
Oh god, like it. I don't feel like Drake has anything left to give creatively unless like somebody else comes in and like gets him off his ass. But nobody's gonna do that because
That's-
nobody is in Drake's lane.
That's what I thought, like, Her Loss was going to be. And I was kind of excited at the idea of, like, wow, is Drake going to be riding a bunch of, like, Slaughter Gang production and working with, like, Young Nudie and Pierre and, like, all these Atlanta guys? And in actuality, it was just he made 21 Savage rap over his sad boy beats. It's like you bring your extremely tough, scary friend to a pizza and pop party, you know, and go like,
Yeah.
I like pepperoni.
we got pepperoni and cheese. What do you want, 21? Oh shit!
Pepperoni.
I'm gonna
Big
take
slice.
I'm gonna take a pepperoni slice. Oh, we out of pepperoni. Sorry, dog.
I gotta shoot somebody now. Please no.
But like yeah, but even if like Drake, even if his next album like wasn't like the best commercially, like could you imagine like a Drake with like I don't fucking know, like Pierre production or like God forbid like a Filthy production? Could you fucking imagine?
Yeah,
Drake,
like Drake doesn't take.
Filthy and then Drake starts rapping on like fucking Filthy beats.
Yeah, Drake doesn't take any risks like that, where you could hear him rap on like a Filthy instrumental, or like on any forward thinking production, like a Evil Gianni instrumental or anything. He just like goes, okay, I'm gonna rap over the same like low pass filtered 40 beat with like reggaeton or dance hall drums underneath and go, girl, I miss you. Girl, I miss you.
But to be fair, reggaeton is a big ass market thanks to
Bad Bunny. Yeah, but no, the point is he has no like creative integrity. He would make a reggaeton song because he'd go, that will make me money.
that will get me the most dollars.
Yeah, he would never do something like go, you know what, I'm gonna like link up with Hit Boy or Alchemist or like someone who people wouldn't expect me to work with. he would never like you could never hear Drake on a Mad Lib beat or something. It's so calculated the way he makes music,
Mhm.
and it makes me angry.
Yeah, I can understand that. It's just I and a lot of people are like, "Oh, he just needs to go back to what is it? Like Take Care Drake or Nothing Was the Same Drake." And it's like I guess, but it's like I would hope that Drake would evolve from that sound and like make something more like mature and like
Yeah,
better. Like that's like the only other option. I think just go back to like Nothing Was the Same Drake or you
like
know.
I think creatively, one of his rivals would be The Weeknd, in that they're both
Yeah.
Toronto artists with a nocturnal sound. But the thing about The Weeknd is he's constantly evolved as an artist, and he's
Yeah.
challenged himself and has worked with like numerous different producers who bring different life to his albums, like Daft Punk, Metro Boomin, One O Tricks Point Never, Mike Dean. Like he's an artist who's willing to actually challenge himself album to album, where Drake just goes, "Oh, I have this one sound." And
But I need to monetize it the furthest way. What's hip with the kids?
yeah, and I've just basically made the most like safe but monetarily viable music I possibly could.
Which
Yeah.
is which someone at his caliber has enough money. He can take risks. He can afford to like because at the end of the day, he can still get features and that's the whole thing. Like a Drake feature carries a lot of songs because it's a Drake.
Oh, like when Drake had his drill phase or his like UK
Yeah.
phase, and he
Yeah.
would do that horrible UK accent. He's like, "Don't tell him the boy is gonna wet him up." It's like, what the fuck, man?
No, it's the fact that we know who Drake is, and it's like, bro, I'm sorry, like
We know too much about him. I don't believe he could ever commit a crime. He would like,
No.
he might steal a candy bar and he'd come back the next day and go like, "Man, I'm sorry," and he'd like slide a crunchy bar across the fucking counter like, "I made a terrible mistake." And the shop,
no, sir, we saw you take the candy bar, but you're Drake.
yeah, the shop owner would be like, "Oh my god, it's Drake." It's like, I've made a grievous error.
It's your candy bar bag.
He just like slides like a Snickers across the counter, like has his head down. He's like, I've made a horrible mistake.
I've been a bad boy.
I consulted with my friend group and they told me to come back and apologize.
Forming and it's a crowd of like just like white people and like I don't see like any like black people in it. I think that's just
Niggas
like
ain't gonna buy them highest tickets like that, bro.
yeah, just like black people don't have like money to just be
No,
buying.
black
Like,
people do have money.
oh,
Niggas is not gonna spend that much money on a ticket like that. And also, the black people who do have money like that to buy those type of tickets, they're listening to like the Osley Brothers and shit. They're like they aged out of their version of hip hop.
Yeah,
They're going to go
if they're gonna go see a rap group, they're probably going to see like Tribe or like classic hip hop or something at best.
Plus, those crowds can be a little rowdy if they do come to like nigga venues because you don't want to go there because all the young boys are there and something's gonna happen crazy or they're gonna try to snatch someone's chain or something. But a lot of those artists don't even do like if you think about it, these new class of dudes, they don't even go to shady shit like that. Now if they're like from like Carti's class. Now, but then you got like the Pooh Shiesty niggas. Them niggas still go back because they was super. They was street niggas first.
And like these the kind of niggas like music.
Yeah.
The hell are you talking about? Music.
Metaphors. Now I did that shit. Yes, I mean, yeah, it is a metaphor. You're right.
You're right. I was using creative license. That is what my lawyer told me to say. So, Fox, I gotta ask, why My Little Pony? Like, are you a longtime fan of the series? What drew you to MLP and making content about MLP?
Oh God. This fucking stupid ass question.
I phrased that question very well. Thank you very much.
No. It's not. No, it's just. It's hard to talk about sometimes because I'm just like, I actively like don't want to be like. Okay, I'll just explain. Okay, so back in the day, like when I was like a young kid, we all do dumb, cringy shit and whatever the fuck, and like I was a part of like that, like brony type of shit, but like I never typed on message boards. I never like posted any content or whatever the fuck. It was just like My Little Pony was a thing that just came in my life and
Mhm.
it just like came out and then just came back in with this YouTube channel stuff. So like yeah, like that first like review of Equestria Girls that's on my channel, like it came to be because like ever since high school, like I've told my best friend this, like I've always wanted to make a video on it because I think we watched it like a couple times being like, this movie's fucking terrible. I want to make a video on it so bad. But like I said before, like I just didn't have the tools or I didn't think I had the tools. And now that I had the tools, I just made the video because I'm like, fuck it, why not? And like I don't I don't think My Little Pony is like inherently like a bad show, but I feel like sometimes people like overhype the fuck out of the show sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a 10 out of 10 like like moving waters like type of show.
I got you because but if you think about it, it's because like the Junior 4 was made by Lauren Foss with the help of Craig McCracken, right? So you got two accomplished creators, one the guy behind Powerpuff Girls, and then you have the lady behind Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends
Yeah,
going
and she
together
worked on
work.
Powerpuff Girls. Did I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
was Craig and McCracken actually involved?
I
With My
thought
Little
he,
Pony.
Yeah.
I thought he,
No, I don't think he was
Okay.
like
I know,
yeah.
but yeah, I do know. I watched all of season one back in the day because my homie, we said, hey, we was getting high. I was like, let's watch My Little Pony to see if we like this shit. I watched all of season one. Was like, I see why niggas watch this show because it was quality. This was back in like 20. Fuck, I was in college 2011, 2012, around that time. But anyway,
Yeah, I
I
like
digress.
I got into it too, and like G4 was definitely good as a show. I mean,
Yeah,
I think I only watched like the first 3 seasons of it and tapped out
yeah,
just because I aged out of it and was like, I really can't be seen
Oh,
enjoying this, frankly.
yeah.
oh, you tapped out at 3 seasons. Imagine tapping out like towards like the end. I
Okay,
was in it for all the way to like the end.
Oh man.
but to be
It
fair, when it came out, you were still in high school, right?
um yeah, so I started watching in like 2014 and that's when like they only had 4 seasons out and like they're about to make the fifth season. And that's when like the fifth season came out. I started watching like all the episodes like every like fucking Saturday. And I watched it, I want to say all up until I graduated high school because that's when in like 2019 I want to say like I started college and that's when the show like ended. And after that point I was like I am fucking tapped out of the show. Like it it wasn't like I hated the show, but you can clearly tell at a certain point the show like lost its like novelty factor or like magic, to some people.
It was just kind of
Um
like treading water, or like just running its course,
yeah,
right?
What
yeah,
did
and also like people grow out of things. It's just
Yeah.
how life works. Like
yeah.
at some point I was just like watching it just to be like I just need to know how the show ends cuz like I fucking hate like not knowing how like certain things fucking end cuz like it always gets on my like nerves. So like
Yeah.
I was just watching it to like watch it and I wasn't like being like, "Oh, I'm excited to watch the next My Little Pony episode." No, it was just like
Too far
I I
in.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just it was out of personal like satisfaction or like this like thing in my head being like after I watch it I'm just done. Like I can't
Right.
Oh
do
man.
it anymore.
Well, I think you get to a point where you're almost seeking closure, or you're almost like just institutionalized by a show at times.
Yeah, that's what like like closure. That's what I was probably
Yeah.
looking for, closure, because like I had watched the show since like what, like 2014. It was like I watched it like all throughout high school and like that's like 4 years, like 5 years of like my life. Like that's like it's a lot of like time to just like, sink into like one show, you know. So maybe that's why like I just wanted to have like some sort of like closure
Mm-hmm.
on things. But yeah, that's how like I got into MLP and got like out of MLP, because at that certain point in like 2019 there was the whole like a whole bunch of YouTuber drama with like every YouTuber's being outed as like the, can I say like the P word on here, or like
Yeah, I mean, I think we're small enough. We say some
okay.
fucked up shit on this on our
Okay,
show, so
okay.
you're good.
Okay, it was like people were like being out, like brony YouTubers were being outed as like groomers and like pedophiles. Yeah.
I seen that shit because I was like, damn. But then again, I was like, that's like not that's like most everything. There's always some creepy dudes on some other type of shit, especially stuff that quote that appears to kids. It's
Yeah.
always that one.
Yeah, and I kept seeing
Because
that
that's doing
more
the
and more.
Smash shit too. No, that was
Uh-huh.
2020 with Smash though. Never mind.
It's fine. No, it's just like I just kept seeing that more and more as the show was ending, and also like the show had like a huge like alt-right like Nazi problem as well, and it was just
Oh yeah.
like I'm like, I don't want to be any part of this at all. Like I don't want to like I never typed or never went to any conventions or shit like that, but like I just don't want to
Oh
like
damn,
be
he's
associated with any
I
type of
remember
it.
the pony Nazi shit, bro. That shit always would tickle me.
It's so insane. It's like it's
that's
insane.
wild. Yeah, that's so crazy that anyone would ever come to that conclusion or do that.
Well, like the brony shit started from 4chan, so
Oh well, yeah, true. Because it was on Co, right?
yeah, it
yeah,
was.
slash code, and they got their own board slash MLP.
So it's not like 100% surprising that there's like a alt right like see problem, but like it's just insane that just that it led up to this point, and that's what the fandom was, and I just couldn't like I couldn't associate myself with it. I didn't do it before, but then I was definitely like, okay, I need to like move on, you know.
I got you, and you just like, well, I've gotten older, and now I can't.
I've gotten older. I'm starting college, you know, like just a whole bunch of shit just popped up in my life, and I'm just like I move on. But like now it's like it's come back into my life because of this YouTube shit. So now it's like I can't fucking escape MLB.
It's like every time I try to get out.
Yeah, I can bring me back. But yeah, like this whole YouTube thing with My Little Pony, it's like I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like cathartic for like 12-year-old me who like didn't get to like type on like message boards or go to conventions or shit like that. Like
Like
it's kind of
it's almost
funny
like
how
an
like
outlet for you in a way.
yeah, it's an outlet for like past younger me who like just kept the shit to myself, because like
You know what?
there was really nobody else to talk about this shit with, to be honest with you. Like
Yeah.
my friends usually would have been like, haha, that's funny, you're brony, haha, and like that'd be the end of it. Like that just be it, and I'd just be like, okay, whatever. Like I just didn't have anybody to talk to.
Damn, when the fucking social interaction is just Lamau Brownie period.
No, that's what it literally was. Like it was like that point. It got to the point where like my like 8th grade like teacher was at our graduation was like, so I know you're a brony, so like can I like mention it? I'm like, how the fuck do you know that I'm a fucking brony?
How's this shit getting around?
Like I'm like, how did this shit get like it apparently got around. So like, oh, there's this one like story, but it was like really like
Hey, if
bad.
it's too deep, you ain't gotta say it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was it just was like really it wasn't frustrating, but it was really just like I just didn't have a place to talk about the thing that I was interested in when I was interested in it, you know.
Yeah,
Like I didn't have
that
any.
is frustrating because like, you know, when I was probably that age too, like I had anime club, or like I had things that I could go to talk about stuff I liked. Like
Mhm.
I could talk about fighting games with my friends, and I could talk about like yeah, different anime I like, different cartoons I like. So when you just like something and people treat it like it's taboo, even though frankly it isn't, it's just a fucking cartoon. That's it's a bit frustrating.
Yeah, we can talk. We talked about all sorts of anime and like Scott Pilgrim. That was a huge thing, and like just a whole bunch of just stuff. It was just like whenever the pony thing was brought up, I'd be
But
like,
when the main character a horse, it's different.
"You're the pony guy, right?" I'm like, "Yeah," and then that'd just be it. I don't know. Like, it just always be like this weird thing, especially since like you're going into high school and like I was like just getting into the show. It was especially, I think, harder then because like I went to like a like majority like just like school like in like DC or like near DC and a whole bunch of like black kids and
So,
stuff like that. So
oh
like
yeah, okay. See, that's probably. I was gonna ask you a question. I was like, how does that? Then you said DC. I'm like, you was with niggas, so most of the time, like, hey, he on that weird shit, but he cool, bro.
yeah, luckily I had a friend group who was like they didn't give a shit. Like they didn't give a shit. Like I hung out with like whoever like I wanted to like hang out with and
Yeah.
they were really I don't think I told them until like until deep into our friendship because I wasn't really sure how they would like react to it. But like I think after a certain point they just didn't give a shit. They just didn't give a shit. So yeah, that's why I'm happy that I have my friends that I had today, because they're really like supportive of me and like we don't care about each other. We don't care about like, some weird shit. As long as you're like not like a bad person or
Well,
fuck
yeah,
nobody.
well, that comes with age though, because when you in high school, the biggest part in life, like you only like what 16 to 18, like your whole life is school, pretty much, pretty
Mm.
much. What do the people at school think about me? Because you don't. Then when you hit college, you be like, I'm my own person. Like I don't give a fuck what the people think about
Yeah,
me. So
like
I'm like,
you're a lot more actualized when you hit that
yeah,
college age, and you can just kind of be comfortable in your own skin and develop who you are a lot more
then it's
organically. You're not like you don't feel like you're being scrutinized all the time for,
Mhm.
oh, what do people think of me? Oh, people probably think I suck or this or that, right?
Yeah,
you gonna meet some cool people at college.
there's like nobody like on my back, like or like
Yeah,
watching over me or like judging me. Like no, like cuz like at the end of the day like shit you do in high school does not like fucking matter. I mean like finding who you are as a person like in high school is like important, but like the school shit and like who's popular and shit like nobody gives a fuck.
yeah,
Like
but
it's
you
not
can
it
say
doesn't
that
matter.
now with your hindsight of not being in high school no more. But
I
as a
guess.
child, that whole when the older person like to be your best self and all that shit works when you get older. You gain knowledge yourself. But when you're in a situation where you're either the in group or you're the with the out group, and you're
Uh-huh.
just trying to make it through that shit. It's hard to be like, I just need to be my best, and then because you got shitty people and all of that, then when you get older, you be like, damn, I just stayed myself, and this shit doesn't really matter. Because I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell you this now: the moment you get out of high school, the clock's gonna keep ticking, bro.
it's always like fucking hard to like say this to like somebody who's in high school and like it
Yeah,
depends on their environment, because it's like you say this, but like I still have to like deal with it for like 4 years or whatever the fuck, and then afterwards it's fine. But those 4 years to like a young person feels like
forever.
forever. Yeah, it
Yeah.
feels like forever.
I literally blinked, and it's been 10 years since I've been.
Yeah, facts. Like it's you just get a very different perspective later in life for sure. But I will say, like, just kind of going off of that, and like, I appreciate you being candid about it because, like, I'll share that, like, I was a big fan of the show at least through those couple of years. The epiphany I had was I had the character Vinyl Scratch, I'm sure.
Yeah,
So I had
yeah, I
a
know.
I had a Vinyl Scratch T-shirt, and it was laundry day. And my old man, he came out wearing my Vinyl Scratch T-shirt because he didn't have any other shirts.
Yeah.
And that's when I knew I had to tap out. That was the moment when I saw my dad standing across from me. He's wearing this horse shirt. I went like, "Oh no, I don't want to be this. I don't want to be."
He looked and said, "This is how I would look.
This is how I look.
in the future, yeah, like
It's like I don't want to be that like 50-year-old dude on MLP going like, well, actually, Luna is kind of. There are a lot of reasons she was banished. For one,
oh Jesus.
Well, actually, I think that if they were humans, that Fluttershy would be Muslim.
why they always do that shit where they go like, what race are these horses if they're human?
No, Dash is clearly black because she's. Bro, I seen so many because on YouTube, the way I felt that what a brony was this dude called Homer Simpson. He used to go to the. I didn't know what 4chan was like that, so I heard of a pony thread simulator. I'm like, what the fuck's the pony thread simulator? And you can watch all those videos on YouTube, and it's talking about. I'm like, these niggas talking about MLK. I mean, I said MLP.
Okay. I had a dream that Princess Celestia will cross the mountain and embrace us.
The Pegasus.
The original brony. The original brony. It's like, man, your fucking cutie mark's just Martin Luther King's head. God damn it. Continue, man. Continue. I'm sorry.
Nah, that's funny. Nah, but like, cause I was looking at he did like the text to speech stuff and then just read all the pony thread stuff. I'm like, these dudes is really talking about some cartoon horses. What's this about? And then I found out that it was a whole community of like grown ass dudes watching MLP. And then I was like, there gotta be something to it. There's too many grown dudes watching this shit. This shit is. I'm like, I gotta see just what the hype's about. I'm like, I get it. If I had like a daughter or anything, I could see. I said they made this so the parent in the room be like, that's kind of funny. I got that reference because half the shit that they referenced wasn't for the age audience. There's like, there's gonna be parents that's watching this with their kids. Let's get them something.
Yeah, they see the horses from the Big Lebowski and go, that's funny. You know, like that's exactly why that shit exists. But so many bronies interpreted it as like, this show is sophisticated, clever, interesting, fascinating. It's like, no, it's a clever enough cartoon and it's entertaining, but it's.
The main goal is to sell toys to girls.
Yeah, this is a long form commercial, guys. Like, come on.
Yeah. Hasbro does not give a fuck. They just care about your fucking money. It's just really apparent because like bronies would be like, oh, like this show being higher than it really is, but it's just like, no, it's just like it's a fun like slice of life show about like character relationships and shit like that. It's not like super like in-depth analysis, and that was always a thing that like when I was younger I didn't like understand like why so many people did like analysis videos and that type of shit, because it was just like there's no like philosophical questions they're asking on MLP.
But there is.
Yeah, it's like I always found that like, yeah, a lot of those bronies, like they would talk about MLP like they were talking about like a Charlie Kaufman movie or something. And you'd just be like, what the fuck are you talking about? The episode with Queen Chrysalis? Yeah, it was cool, I guess. I don't know. And they're like, oh, like, well, the ramifications of the geopolitical strife of that community of horses that don't have cutie marks. Like, yeah, there would be some interesting themes for a cartoon show in MLP. But these niggas were talking about this like there should have been a Criterion collection of Friendship is Magic. Like, for real.
The Friendship is Magic Criterion collection. We have all the Celestia's best shit.
Yeah, we've got the Nicole Oliver 3-hour commentary on the 2-part episode. But let's get off that horse shit because one of the things I also want to mention, kind of in the same vein as Bluey, I liked your video on Bluey quite a bit because it addressed why it's an enjoyable show, why it's entertaining, why it's even like you know, an exceptional show as a preschooler TV show.
Yeah.
But you also didn't deify it the way a lot of people are like building it up, which is really similar to Friendship is Magic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's like Bluey Bluey is a good show for what it is, and I think that it is like the standard bearer for like kids cartoons right now, because like I don't really like see any preschool shows like Bluey's like level of like writing and execution and shit like
'Cause
that. But it's like it's not like the greatest thing of all time. Like that,
well,
but people are praising it like it's the greatest
Yeah,
thing
it's
of all
like
time.
a lot of preschool shows are extremely patronizing, but they're supposed to be. They're written for 3-year-olds.
it's not even that. It's the fact that like for the past 6 years, having to deal with a little one sometimes myself. Fucking Coco Melon, man. This shit just kills you. I don't know if you ever seen Coco Melon, but like
Oh fuck.
that shit's like heroin
Oh,
for kids, and that was literally the standard for kids show was Coco Melon. You
Yeah,
just
it's
put
like I had to hang out with my
it-
cousin's kids, and they put on Coco Melon, and they put on
it
fucking
really
Paw
keeps it
Patrol, and like you
yeah,
got the kids screaming like, "No job's too big or small for Paw Patrol." Like, nigga, shut up, shut up.
Paw Patrol make you want to like fucking beat the shit. Paw Patrol, you just hear that song, you be like, that's it.
no, I'm done. Like yeah, like I one time like I was like in a like call like my friends in VC. I like clicked on a Coco Melon video, went like see what this shit is about. I just like out of curiosity, and I'm like, who the fuck like lets their kids watch this dog shit?
Yeah.
Like I'm like 5 minutes into this like 30-minute compilation, and it's like a whole bunch of clips from different episodes, and it's just like
Like,
what is this? Like I even
Nah,
feel like
Coco Melon comes on Cartoon Network in the morning now.
it does. Oh,
oh,
Yeah,
they're
they have
televising that shit. No,
No,
that shit is brain poison.
oh
what
my
I said, who letting their kids watching cartoon? Who letting their kids watching Coco Melon syndicated?
Nigga, you're gonna see a true crime case in the future of the Coco Melon killer. I swear to God. So someone's gonna go on a spree murder. Go like, I just had that song stuck in my head. Man,
Why'd you do it? Johnny?
I-
Yes, Papa.
because I will say, like, the parents I've talked to about Bluey, they treat it like it's water in the desert, essentially. Of going like, wow, this show is bearable.
it's watchable.
Yeah, this show is like tolerable compared to the usual dog shit my fucking 2-year-old watches. I can see this on TV and go, wow, this isn't the most annoying thing on earth. Cool.
like yeah, like
loud as hell for no reason.
yeah, it's just like what I said in the video, like what else are you going to like watch like for you with your kid, like Bat Wheels?
Yo,
like it's just like
I gotta unpack that shit. I didn't know that existed, and when I found out that existed, it made me mad and sad and confused, and I felt a myriad of emotions as a Batman fan and a cartoon fan that came to be. It was like, why they got all the Batman vehicles talking, man?
yeah, it's like
Bat Wheels? Hold on, this ain't real.
no,
It's real. It's real.
It's like it's like it's like Batman, but like it's the Batmobile talking and shit.
Yeah,
and
and
like
Batgirl's bike is talking, and
it's so weird.
Robin's bike and stuff. It's that shit's fucked up.
I'm looking at this shit. Why is Batman fat?
I don't know. I don't. It's just like so fucking like I didn't know it existed until I had to like look shit up for like the Bluey video, and it's just like this show that I think it airs on like Cartoon Network like preschool
Like
hour
their
like
block, yeah.
yeah like Cartoonito or whatever I think it's called. I don't
Oh,
fucking
man.
know.
That's what it is like Cartoonito. That's why I found out about Coco Melon, because I was like, I'm gonna turn on TV for once and actually look at TV. Oh damn, Robin's like a dark black. I don't know. He's like light skinned in this shit. And,
Yeah, they got fucking Robin looking like Tory Lanez in this, man.
yeah, I was like, does that nigga have a fade? Hold up. What the
Rob,
fuck?
yeah, they got Robin faded up. It's like I'm expecting Robin to sing in an episode if he hasn't already.
No, I'm about to. Hold on, I didn't know they got black hair. Nigga, what?
I guess so,
Oh,
but
man.
like, yeah, but like Bluey is just like it's good, but like I don't think it's like the greatest thing of all time, and I think that's just a lot of like hype culture and
It's just
a
like,
lot of
yeah, like hyperbole. Like I've watched some Bluey with some folks, and like the amount of people I've heard say like, "This is so wholesome. I cried during this." You're like, yo, like straight up, did your parents like not like hug or kiss you? Like dog, like this is a bigger problem than you're willing to
Yeah.
address in this voice call, man.
yeah, like
That's social relationship with Bluey.
yeah, it's just like and I did talk to somebody who like who like related to the show, and they're one of my friends, and it was just like I just wanted to get feedback from them for the video, and it was just like, yeah, like I guess a lot of people like use it for like trauma, or like they've dealt with like childhood trauma before, and like they feel like the show is like a nice representation of like the dad being in the kid's life and stuff like that, and it's helped them with their mental health issues. Or I'm not like an expert on it, but like if Bluey helped you, like I send the video, if it helped you through like whatever the fuck you're going through, then like I gotta give Bluey props for something. But yeah.
Yeah, it's like more power to that. Like, I mean, for me, and this is ridiculous to say because this man tweeted about 21 Jump Street, but like being a kid, like Kanye helped me through some shit,
But yeah,
and like,
Mhm.
yeah, and like certain shows helped me through some shit because, I had my childhood issues and certain things in my life that were difficult, but
see,
so like, yeah, you can't invalidate that. I get exactly what you mean, and I thought that was really like that's what I was trying to get at, Fox. Is like I think that video you made is really well rounded because you don't treat Bluey like it's God's gift to Earth, but you also don't condemn people for recognizing that Bluey is a positive, nice show.
No, and I didn't get that impression. Like when I was watching the show, I was like, I understand why people like connect with this show so much, because like there is a good family, and it's just like positive, you know
Yeah.
and like parents who watch the show won't actively just want to like be like grown, or be like, I'm tapping out, like I'll be on my phone,
Like
let
for
the kid watch.
like for real, that's a huge thing. It's like, and I'm sure the writing staff took that very seriously because that's a way to keep parents engaged in what their kids like. You know,
yep.
and that's a very difficult thing to do because when you're a parent, you got a kid who says, "Hey, can I watch 18 hours of Paw Patrol?"
Oh, fuck.
you probably you
I
probably
would
like
draw my fucking house if that was asked. Jesus Christ!
yeah,
I wanna, like,
and
die.
that's a very common occurrence with parents is like that
Yep.
they've had to like watch the Lego movie 8 times in a row in a single day or something. Not to say the Lego movie's bad, but it's not 8 times in a row good either.
Like, damn,
Nah.
kid, you want to watch anything else? No, Lego movie.
Kids are
All
like
right.
that, especially at that age where if something appeals to them, they get like just obsessive about it.
The times I walked in on watching the Sonic movie, and I'm like, "You already watched this again, little man." It's like, well, watching it
What
again.
if I missed something?
Top 10
It's
Easter eggs
like
missed in
it's
the
like
movie.
dog, this movie is 80 minutes long. You missed nothing.
I'm
This ain't
down, bro.
Apocalypse Now, nigga.
Think about it. You never seen anybody go, "I like watching episodes of Caillou because it helped me with my childhood, bro."
In fact, I think Caillou probably caused childhood trauma.
I wonder
My,
if Even as a child, I wanted to whoop his ass.
Man, yeah, straight up, man. I was like 7, and I was like, man, fuck this nigga,
Well,
man.
I'll beat the shit out of Caillou if that nigga.
I'm a snatch Caillou's chain, man. Fuck this nigga, man.
Yeah, my mom, like, whenever I used to watch Caillou, because I used to like be a Caillou kid, she was like, she wanted to like beat Caillou's fucking ass every time he would talk or like just like,
bro, like,
or,
yeah,
like,
parents
whine or
hate Caillou.
complain.
Caillou's such a bastard, man.
Caillou was literally like, I was gonna make a joke about a hip hop fan base, like them niggas Caillou, but I don't know.
Yeah, but like Caillou would like always like complain or like bitch about shit, and like parents just like hate it because it's like this kid won't shut the fuck up, and it's like,
His mama didn't hit his
Yeah,
ass.
Caillou is like straight up the child you don't want. And the thing that always frustrated me about Caillou is his parents are like basically they're like borderline like angels from heaven, the way that they deal with Caillou. Like they're maybe the most patient, responsible, reasonable parents in the wake of their child being like a piece of shit.
I'm just saying I wouldn't be that patient.
Yeah, I know. It's like, and I think parents fucking hate that because they see these parents and go like, this kid is a hellion. This kid is a fucking creature. I would not let this kid ever say or do these things to me.
Caillou in a black household has 1 second, he's just getting his ass whooped.
Bro, Caillou's head would be upside down if he grew up in a black home. I can't lie. Fucking bald ass.
It's so like this the shit that Caillou gets away with like is just like so like absurd. It's like so fucking ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. If you put Caillou in like any like black household, like you said, like nah, he would not survive.
He would get cut in half with his mama's shoe, man. Like
Caillou come back. What you do to Caillou? What you do to
Caillou dead. Caillou dad killed him. Whooped his ass so hard he died.
What's Caillou at? I'm sorry, mama. I'm sorry, mama. I'm sorry.
I don't care if that boy got cancer or whatever. I don't care why he's bald.
His ass.
You just got some southern mama girl like, I don't care if you have cancer, boy. You're gonna clean up your room.
Enjoy. I don't give a fuck. I don't know, like.
Oh shit.
All the black parents say the most out of pocket thing, be like, I lost my leg. I don't give a damn. If you got no leg, I whoop your ass. You just be sitting there.
I don't know.
Yeah, I remember my mama like saying to me that I was wasting her time with like some issue. They got like, you're wasting my time. Like, just clean up this shit. I was just like, okay, goddamn.
Or it's like, or like the classic, like, you know, kids in Africa would be like begging to be in your position, right? And like, oh my god, like,
my parents
broccoli on my plate. Yeah, okay. Like, yeah, I understand.
Yes.
My parents never did their kids African shit. They be like, did I get starved, nigga? Die.
It's like, okay, you don't want to eat? You never eaten. It's like they just give you like an empty plate next dinner, and you're like, oh shit, maybe broccoli ain't that bad.
Now, I never had a problem with eating vegetables though, but some people did because I always thought broccoli was pretty good because I guess my grandmama, when she cooked it for me, seasoned it.
Yeah, no, broccoli's good.
Yeah, but I never liked that argument. Kids in Africa would kill to be in this position. I'd be like, because I was a smart ass when I was little. I'm like, I would have been like, but kids in Africa literally killing each other right now. They got AKs.
Yeah, kids would kill for less than a plate of broccoli.
Gonna kill them like, well, yeah, they have guns. Yeah, they have.
I'm just picturing some kid from Ghana sitting at this table. It's just like, I fucking hate broccoli. This shit is whack.
Oh yeah, why is that the default African accent? Why do they always drag the last syllable and stuff?
I don't know. That's not even accurate at all. Like that's like pretty much everyone just goes to the Johannesburg accent or like the Senegal accent.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just funny, man. I don't overthink this, but suffice it to say, Fox, like before we wrap up, what are some shows, some things that you really like have really kind of shaped you as a creator, or that just keep you kind of invested or excited? Like, what are some shows or some games, music that you really fuck with?
Things that I've really like fucked with shows and okay. Well, as we mentioned before, Carti's fuck with that music. Shows. Um, I like to say like I'm recently getting back into Adventure Time because with my friends, because like one of my friends hadn't seen it, and I'm like, all right, let's like watch it, and I like stopped watching during like season 5 of Adventure Time,
Yeah.
so like we're trying to get back into that. Um, Shows that I do like. Um, I used to like back in the day. I used to fuck with Johnny Bravo so heavy, but like I realize now that that show would not work into climate. It's too much. Like, have you seen Johnny Bravo before, or
Oh
have
hell
you?
yeah, hell yeah! I love
Yeah,
Johnny
like
Bravo.
Hey,
Johnny
we grew
Bravo.
up with Johnny Bravo. Like we know when they first there. That's how we
Yeah,
are.
I used to catch that shit on a Boomerang, and like I used to catch a whole bunch of shows like Dexter's Lab and like stuff like that
Yeah.
on
Oh man,
Boomerang.
the Zoomer's crooks. I'd be like, I remember when that was it. Yeah. I hold on.
God damn.
Is he getting I'm confused.
I think it's like mom's yelling at him. This nigga fucking on my recording. This man's making me edit around this bullshit.
But yeah, what did I like?
Funny.
Did you pause the recording or?
Oh hell
I'm
no.
back.
No, I'll cut around it. It'll be fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're gonna
okay,
cut around it. Yeah.
okay.
Nah.
Yeah, I also liked things like Borderlands. Like I know like people like shit on Randy Pitch. Like I like Borderlands 2 and stuff like that. And game wise, I people like to shit on Destiny, but like I like Destiny.
Hey,
Um,
I recently got into Destiny, so I play this shit like almost every day.
yeah, like I've recently gotten back into it. I took like a 6-month break because I was just like I can't keep up with this shit anymore because like just life in general because like it gets to the point where you play Destiny and it's like, dog, there's so much like they ask you to like treat it like a secondary job and it's like I already have a job so like I
What
fucking
you
can't
mean?
do
You
this.
got 2 jobs, bro. You got Destiny, then you got the other one that pays you money.
Yeah, yeah, that's literally what it is. Like, I would have to be like a Destiny content creator or some shit for it to like be justified for me to play how the game wants you to play. But like my friend like got me back into it because he's like, "Yo, I just got back into it. Why don't you come back?" And I'm like, "Sure, why not?" So I've been getting to that.
Right level.
There's like just like a whole bunch of like shit. I've been getting into God of War recently on like because I have like a PC now. I recently got like a PC because I've been like for my whole life like an Xbox like gamer and shit like that. When God of War finally came to PC, I like got it and like I've
Yeah.
been playing it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think I'm at like the midway point of the game, my friends were telling me. But like
I'm
I'm enjoying it so far.
I'm hoping they port Ragnarok because I
They are.
actually for a long time I was a Sony guy, but I was
Mhm.
just really dissatisfied with like a lot of the moves Sony's been making recently.
Uh-huh.
So I jumped ship to Xbox. I mean, I always had an Xbox, but like now I'm just purely Xbox and
Mhm.
PC.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was an
yeah.
Xbox boy, and I got a PS4. Then I went back to Xbox because Sony didn't want me as a customer anymore. I gonna close down the Japanese studios for a Japanese company.
Yeah, the PS5 got no games. The PS5 got no games. The PS5 got no games.
Yeah, man. Nah. They got a remake of one game I already played. That's dope.
That's it.
They got a worse
Uh,
version of a game I played 10 years ago.
now Sony like fanboys or whatever the fuck not know how it feels to be like an Xbox like gamer being like, well, we got Forza and Halo. That's it. You know?
Look,
Yeah, man.
now that you're grown, this console war stuff is dumb because you literally simping for a company like
Yeah. That
That
shit
doesn't give a fuck about you.
that shit is so dumb. It's so stupid.
But
It's
in high school, bro, that was the lifeblood. In 2009 in high school, bro, but like, fuck PlayStation. Y'all niggas ain't even got good party chat, bro. Y'all gotta be in the game to talk to each other. Y'all suck. We can watch
Yeah.
Netflix with each other.
Oh,
Xbox. That shit was good.
oh, dude, it was the hardest time because like all of my friends were like either like PlayStation or like Nintendo. It was always constant back and
Oh
forth.
man, well I mean, being a Nintendo fan is a curse, not a gift.
Yeah.
You can tell I grew up with Sega consoles because I said that so quickly and freely. It's like, oh, if you're a Nintendo fan, you're sick. You have an illness. You're mentally ill. You need help.
Well, to be fair, B-Fox generation didn't really grow up with Sega. They got like the 360 remakes of Sega games.
Facts.
They don't know
Yeah.
classics of which version of Aladdin you have.
They don't. Yeah, they don't understand the struggle.
Yeah, but like luckily for me, my dad, he's a gamer and stuff like that. And like my first like console I like played on was like a SNES, and like I think I have it like right next to me, like underneath me. And it was Super Metroid. And like when I told you that shit was like so fire, like the 4-year-old me playing it, like being ass at the game, but like still playing it, that shit was so like fun. And
Oh
like
hell yeah!
he also like had a GameCube, and he got the GameCube because Metroid Prime was on it. And like I played that as well, and like being asked at that too, being like, oh, so this is what like video games are, or like to like 4-year-old me. So like I grew up with like a couple of like old things, but like not like super old, like the fucking Master System or like the Atari. Like no, but just not
Yeah.
that deep. Like
My
yeah,
first console was a Super Nintendo too. My first game was Super Mario World.
yeah.
And I was definitely your age too. But that was a
That-
different time. You had online play. Me, I didn't even know what that shit was, and we was happy.
Yeah, I didn't get to like online play until like I was like well into like my teens. My parents were like, "We don't want you talking to no random person on Xbox game chat. I don't know who that is."
Damn,
stuff like that.
the one Predator on Gears of War multiplayer, just waiting, just ready. Is like, oh man,
I sound young.
Oh.
what's your full address and name?
Yeah, they're always like, is your friends' parents allowing them to play the same game as you? And it was always like this whole like rigmarole just to be like, can I just play the game with my friends? Like, we're not gonna be inviting random people to the party.
I'm just trying to play GTA 4 multiplayer badly.
Yeah, it was like Minecraft of all things.
Oh
like,
damn!
I figured it out. The reason why is you had millennial parents. That's why they knew about that shit. Cause that's playing that shit when it was about your age, bro.
No. My parents are like they're like in like they were born like the 60s. So like they just didn't understand it. I think that's what it was.
Are you like are you the youngest child or something in your family?
Yeah, I'm the youngest child.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I
was like, damn. Damn, they were like, nah, let's wait.
No. I'm the youngest in my
family. Yeah, that makes a
Okay.
lot more sense. I was about to say shit, man. But nah, like I think out of all you guys, like I was the only one who grew up with like a Genesis. That was my first console. And of course, like I got into Sonic and and that ruined my life basically.
I didn't get it.
Being a Sonic fan a curse?
It's very similar to being a Nintendo drone. Yeah, like enjoying Sonic the Hedgehog unironically has not improved my life in any way, shape, or form.
I know a certain someone who used to be a Sonic fan.
I do as well, and I do not blame him for holding the opinions he holds now. Him and I bonded over a mutual dislike of someone, and that's how we met. Is we did a song together, and and then we just, you know, like I'd send him beats and we just chat. Like the funny thing is, like when I linked up with Dunsville, I barely fucking knew him as a content creator. I just like vaguely knew him from stuff he did with, like, I won't name the person, but someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And and I liked him, you know, and I thought he was a funny dude. And I reached out to him. And he's, you know, like he's a very cool dude. Like I think pretty highly of the guy.
Yeah,
you know, he's a very funny guy.
I met him through my like friend and but back in like 2019, and like a fucking random like voice call, and like I was like so nervous because I was like, oh god, this like big YouTuber, like a really nice guy. He's really chill to talk to, and me and him bond over. Oh god, my PC's being loud. But yeah, we like just shoot the shit, and he's like a really like cool guy, you know. Like he's really down to earth.
Treat the YouTubers like people.
Yeah,
YouTubers are real people.
Yeah, that's
believe it or not.
That's the motherfucking cheat code. Like every YouTuber I've talked to who has liked me, they've liked me because I talk to them like a fucking human being, and not like a sideshow attraction.
Or like this like parasocial like relationship, and it's fucking.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing we're trying to avoid here.
Yeah. Yeah.
That shit is
You're my friend, and it's like, no, I don't know you. I appreciate you like supporting me, but like I don't want to like.
You have to build rapport with people. You have to like meet them and talk to them.
Yeah, like talking through me just through a screen is like one thing. Like talking to me in person.
Yeah, exactly.
I gave you a thumbs up.
I gave you thumbs up. We're friends now.
That's how this shit works.
That shit is so fucking it's so lame. It's so lame.
I'm gonna invite Pan Pizza to my wedding.
I clicked on your YouTube video. You owe everything to me.
You work for me.
You work for me. I pay your bills.
If I unsubscribe, everything falls apart for you.
It's not about videos, Batman.
It's like, all right, bye.
Yeah,
I don't want any part of like you near me or any of my like fans like at all. Like,
yeah,
if you're bringing that attitude,
that's complete fuckery. But
that shit's weird.
But we do have to wrap it up, unfortunately. Fox, thank you so much for joining us, man. I just want to say from the two of us, it's an honor that this is kind of like your first like real collab. We appreciate you taking the time and just chopping it up with us. And like down the line, you're always welcome to just come on here and hang out, man. You're a cool dude. You're a lot of fun to talk to, so we appreciate you. Do you have anything that you'd like to plug or anything that you'd like to say to the audience?
Oh God. I just like to say like thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it, and you know, cooperating and like putting me at ease. Like everything's gonna be fine. It's like my first like type of collab type of thing. So I like to firstly just say thank you, and yeah, it was a great conversation. We had some great conversations about a whole bunch of stuff on here. And yeah, as for plugging wise, I don't know, just type in BeatFox15. I may change like the B to like a up B, but it's all lowercase 15. It's on YouTube and stuff like that. I have a MOP video in the works. I was just coming over it just before we started, and oh boy, I sound so defeated in that. But yeah, I just want to say just thank you guys so much for having me on.
Yeah, of course, man. Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Big Zuki, before we wrap up, you got anything to plug, man?
Yeah, his video hard. It's about ponies in Zone 6.
Ponies pull up.
It is about ponies in Zone 6.
Man, we gotta get a fucking edit of Fluttershy with the strap. Fluttershy, posted up with the dreads.
Okay,
Fluttershy OPIUM.
You know how they hold the. You know how in my MLP they don't have fingers, but they can hold. She just imagine Fluttershy holding a gun that she can't pull the trigger on.
But she's got him like right into Zakura's head, just like you.
I fucking killed him.
You fucking talk sideways to me again, Zakura. I swear to God.
Please,
Do not pull the trigger on this
Do
nigga.
I cannot get jiggy with this shit.
I do not rate this shit. But yeah, Zuki, you got anything to plug on your end, man?
Now, follow the Young King Beat Fox 15. Look at this Bluey video. It changed your life and your output on Bluey.
Actually,
nah, just follow me on Twitter if you want to follow me on Twitter. And thank you for your time and listen to this show.
absolutely. Follow the Young King Sadgodzuki. Follow me at SlugboysENT. Album is getting just the final bit of mixing. I'm working with some of Danny Brown's people. Not to name drop, but it's kind of a big deal. So that shit's crazy. And
You can say, oh,
what?
nah.
No. Say it.
I said you could say Danny Brown was scaring the hoes.
Danny Brown was scaring the hoes. Great album. My album will not be as good as that album. It's not professionally mixed. It's not. It's probably mixed even worse than Scaring the Hoes, which is impressive because that album sounds like someone fucking threw the microphone in a rock tumbler. But it's still good.
It is good.
But yeah, my tape's dropping fairly soon, so pretty excited about that shit. And I'm gonna just keep on plugging away, man. But again, Fox, thank you so much for joining us, man. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to your future content, and to our audience, of course. Thank you for sticking around, and peace. We out.
We out.